Good afternoon, y'all. Welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans, the Think Show that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so-called African American didn't find his way to America in the trunk of a ship. I'm your host, the Indigenous One. We're trying to make everything clear, so you'll see what you're playing with, you see what you're into, you see what's trying to control your lives. I'ma shut up. I got Lisa Cypress here. Share your story, Lisa.
Oh, how you doing? You good?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm good. Yeah. So,
Could you give the people just a little synopsis of your story so they'll get the whole picture?
hard to do a synopsis. Okay. So, basically, this is what it is. Uh, I repatriated our people, the African Indians, which is a very huge confederacy, which they call Powhatan, but Powhatan ain't real. And they tried to erase us. You know, rebuild back better. You know, not that we were gone because the people are still all here and we have like a really strong lineage and we still are on the land. And, my parents were from the territory and my brother was born in the territory. So, understand,
Hey,
the demons, I didn't understand how this said on wormhole goes demonic and wicked these people are. I didn't realize how bad the courts were. I didn't realize how freaking people are criminals. That didn't really consider the fact that in order for people to have stolen your land, they have to keep stealing it. They have to maintain the theft. They have to update it. They have to pass it on. It is not a one and done thing. It's not like, oh, that's the best. It was done whatever years ago. No, that has to be renewed. It has to be renewed every time somebody is on your land. They have to renew the theft because the land, especially us being the indigenous people of this territory, we actually put our stamp on the land. We actually did create patents for these properties, this land. Okay, it's a misnomer. It's a damn lie that you think that the crown or the crowns of England, because the crown of England don't have that. There are no patents in freaking Britain. This is developed by our people. Our people were an advanced society, not them. And that our advanced society, they create these patents to hold the bag for us till today. So when you wake up and understand who you are and you repatriate your people, you're supposed to take back what is rightfully yours, to be the landlords of, to be the owners of. You are the owners. But you don't know that. So you don't, it's not done. And then they make up all these things and they put up all this propaganda like they got control, like it's just third, the revolution. Yeah, we got this country and we were independent. No, you don't go on someone else's land, squat on it, and then say it's yours because you fought somebody else. That don't make no damn sense. How does that work? Do you understand how much things have reversed in this country? It's about to be the anniversary of that damn fucking fake war. And ain't nobody fucking talking about it. Why? Why aren't they talking about it? Y'all woken up. Y'all are enlightened. So talking about 1776 opens up a can of worms they just don't want to deal with. Because the hear you that Revolutionary War was what they say, because the thing's so freaking sad. First thing they did was they did something to us with them damn wars. First thing they did was they said, hey, why don't you freaking death on the rock? Oh yeah, sure, Chief. We're gonna do that. Sure. Sure, we'll co-sign on it. Yeah, we're gonna give you a treaty of peace and friendship. Okay, yeah, cool. And we're gonna do what we want on the seas, and you can do what you want over there in those daggone Indians' country. Okay. We got each other's back on the set. That thing was signed in 1787. That same year, a bunch of my people, the Accomack people, maybe your people, were removed from Eastern Shore of Virginia, taken to Nova Scotia, and then to Sierra Leone, where many of them were murdered by real. But some what the Negroes is really about. It's about those names, those people that came from the Eastern Shore that ended up loyalists, right? Oh, they said, oh, sorry, Indians. You fought on the wrong side of the war. You sided with Britain, and they lost. So maybe for your safety, you better move off your land. We're going to take you somewhere else where it can be safe for a while. And they brought us to Nova Scotia. Oh, it ain't cool here. Well, we got someplace else to send you. You see what I'm saying? That's what they did. They lied. They mislead. They deceive over and over again. We fall for it because we don't think people can be that damn messed up. That's what we do. And we keep leaving that. Well, you just need to do it a certain way, that's all. You need to walk that way or go cross your legs 3 times or write it in this way and then it's going to be all right. And everything. No, that's not what it is. Because you're sitting there trying to play by rules that they don't follow. They don't follow rules. They don't follow rules. They made up a daggone case against me completely because they were upset that we are reclaiming our land. No crime was committed at all. It is not illegal to make announcements in the paper, have daggone summits, talk about it in the daggone radio station, and daggone put daggone legal announcements in the paper, give out letters to people, and claim and quit claiming is a legal message of transfer. It is a communication of transfer. If you don't freaking own it, it don't transfer, y'all. Nothing happened. It is not a crime. It's not a lien. It's not an encumbrance, and it cannot be a cloud because it's a transfer. It's like Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse get a divorce. Mickey Mouse says, okay, you get the house. And he writes a quitclaim and it goes to Minnie. That's what the hell it is. It's a transfer. It is not a tie-up. It is a transfer. It is not, it's a let go. Mickey's letting go of what he has and giving it to Minnie. That's what it is. It's a let go. Now, an encumbrance, a daggone cloud, or a daggone lien, that's a lockup. They're locking up your property so you can't do shit with it. That is somebody doing something to your value, to your property. They're locking it up. They're tying it down. It's different. It's not letting go and transferring. It's locking it up and tying it up. Those are 2 different actions that cannot be conflated with the other. That's what they're doing. They're not even using the right definitions to daggone define what they do. And then they're using a law that's used for daggone bullshit what motherfuckers who want to put liens against daggone officers of the court or police officers, liens on their property to daggone retaliate. That's what it is. I ain't found no lien on somebody's personal property maliciously because they're a cop or they're daggone some judge or something or some daggone court official. That's not it. The only cases that have been litigated with the code that they're using, VA code 18.2-213.2, the only ones who have used that kind of code are like 5 cases, mostly in daggone Texas, and it's been federal. It's never never been used ever. Those code even against public officials in Virginia. And who gives a freaking nurse big on 51, 52 indictments, and you've never, ever, ever committed any crime? You're a whole fucking RN. Who gives them 51, 52, 51 indictments for freaking something that's not a crime at all? We're in this country litigated on ever. It's what you freaking own. If you don't own it, don't say anything. We put the quick claims, and that is ownership. That's what they are afraid of. And so they don't want them quick claims anywhere. But guess what? You don't even got a quick claim to announce that you own it. The fact that we put the paper is an announcement void. The problem is when you have the supreme title, their titles don't mean anything. They're worthless. And once you announce that there's fraud and that they don't have the supreme title, they don't have anything. That's why they're freaking all upset. They're also upset because and back in 2021 when I first quit claims, and they did not put me in jail for quit claiming, and it wasn't illegal, just like it's not illegal now. Back in 2021, it wasn't illegal, right? It's not illegal now. I quit claimed that very exact same properties. PNC Bank and the daggone part are in both these daggone actions. The one that was taken in 2023 and the one that was taken in 2021 are just the same. The one that they got me daggone locked up for are just daggone same property. But why is it illegal now? Why are they trying to have it illegal? Because they're trying to terrorize me. They're falsifying the daggone charges. It is a complete and utter fraud. They are committing fraud upon the court. They are being criminal in what they are doing. Yeah, the courts can be criminal. Yeah, the Commonwealth attorney can be criminal in what they do. And that's what they're doing.
So, Lisa, what's your message to everybody that's listening, everybody's out here who's understanding what you're saying? Because most people don't even know what the hell you're saying. That's how, whatever we're locked in, what do you say to those people that are understanding what you're saying?
Most people sit up there and they say, well, why are you doing this? Why don't you give up or whatever? You're going to understand. Okay, this is the thing. When people aren't the real deal, they don't care. When they're not called to do this by themselves, they're not going to understand. You probably understand that from the moment that I have been called on this, whatever this is I must be doing, I could not be stopped. I mean, I had to have that summit. I could not have it.
Right.
I lost my job. I didn't have a job. I didn't have money. People didn't even freaking know. People were out there. What's
Right.
his name? What's that guy's name? They're on YouTube talking shit about me.
Right.
Saying that I was there on a fraud doing weird shit and that they don't go
Right.
to my
Right.
There were a lot of people signing up. Some people
Right.
didn't come because
Right.
of the bullshit Tomcat was saying. I think it was
Right.
Tomcat that did this shit.
Right.
Yeah, some people didn't attend because of that. And even with that going on, a lot of people showed up.
Right.
And people were like, nobody's going to show up. And I said, I don't care if nobody but 2 people. It's just me and my sister. I don't give a shit. I'm doing this. Because it was that important for me to have a place where the indigenous people could come together and we could daggone learn. We could just vibe and we could be. And if they didn't show, I didn't give a shit.
Right. You did your job.
What's that?
You did your job.
I have to do what I'm called to do, and I'm called to do this. And yeah, it's easy for you to be scared and say, "Oh wow, they did all kinds of shit to you. Why you?" Yeah, because guess what? Somebody got to stand up to these demons, and the only way you're going to stand up is by standing up. And the only way you're going to fight is by fighting them with truth. And if you sit up there and count down and act like, "Oh, I've just been doing too much," no, but they They don't have no power. You give them the fucking power because you don't stand up for them. You give these folks the authority because you don't take it away.
Can I get a witness?
And I know it might sound crazy for somebody in jail talking about you give, but guess what? I am, because guess what? Even if they freaking, this is the power that is here. Even if I say, okay, well, what if they convict you? What if they convict me? Guess what? I can always appeal. And guess what? The truth is preserved. Maybe some of y'all, more of y'all, would freaking then gonna get enlightened, and then it won't be so easy for them to keep doing the dumb shit that they're doing. But yeah, you gotta preserve the fight. You gotta fight the fight. You sit up there and willing to lie on yourself, because if I was to go and work with somebody on this, that would be me lying on myself, saying I did something that I didn't do, saying that I committed a crime that's not a crime, saying that I did anything wrong. There was nothing wrong done. It was done correctly. It was done justly. It was done fairly. It was done openly. All those 7 months, nobody sent me a notice, phone call, nothing about the notice that I gave. All they did was daggone bum rush me with fucking 52 indictments and then trap me. And then they never arraigned me. This is the kicker. So I'm sitting up here in jail today. I'm thinking, yesterday, they never arraigned me. In all this year and a half, they have not arraigned me. They have not said, these are your charges. What do you plead? They have not arraigned me in a year and a half, y'all. That is a major violation. They were not even able, they're not legally able to revoke your daggone bond if they haven't even set the daggone criminal charges in motion with an arraignment. They violated everything against me. They can't take this to trial when they haven't arraigned me in a freaking year and a half. They're violating their own laws up and down, sideways, backwards, inside and out. The level of the corruption, y'all, you just don't understand. Then they're trying to act like, oh, you can't handle it. I can't handle it. They have to hire an attorney to defend themselves. The Commonwealth attorney, in this case, had to hire an attorney, and they did it in combination with the court clerk to get out of my RICO. They had to hire help to get out of RICO, and they had to share an attorney. And yet they think I can't handle this shit. They thought my RICO wasn't going to go anywhere. They know. Judges know about what's going on the Eastern Shore to me, and they're going Northampton Circuit Court. They know, and they're going Washington, D.C. in my they're going U.S. District Case number 2025 CB1164 CBACR, and they know about it in my they're going U.S. District Court, and they're going Georgia. Because I shared the information of both, what's going on in both courts with each other, and I shared daggone transcript for what's going on to me in this daggone Northampton Circuit Court with the Washington, D.C. RICO judge. This is an absolute RICO. These people are racketeers. They are trying to daggone terrorize me. They are trying to daggone abuse me and to say something that is a lie and that is perjury against myself.
Well, Lisa, anything we got to know, because I know your time is limited. Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah.
What's going on, Taloff? Unmute your mic, man.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
Yes. The floor is yours.
Yeah. So this thing is really blowing me because it's like Chief Lisa said, they're not following even their own procedures. It's crazy. So I've been in touch with the clerk of the court in Northampton and also the prosecutor in her case. And so, as many know, I'm actually a bloodline relative to Lisa. So I've been, and also Acromat Council. I'm on Acromat Council. So Lisa asked me to put these certain documents in, such as subpoenas, and I did it on behalf of her. But I also did it, she said, and put my official title in the Acromax as co-counsel and standby counsel, which we have the right to self-govern. So when I did that, the clerk of the court then answers. So she was dodging, like for days. She wouldn't. She was a no-show and just would give bits of information to people. So this particular day, she said, the day prior, she said for me to call in at 9. So I called in, and of course she's there. So she has the subpoenas in front of her. So she's like, "Well, there's a problem. You're calling yourself counsel." I said, "Yeah, because I am. Like, I'm not." She's like, "Well, that seems to be that could be a misrepresentation, as if you're acting as an attorney." And I'm like, "No, I clearly stated, because I even had talked to Jack Thornton, the prosecutor, and I told him, I was like, I'm not acting as an attorney. I'm not practicing law. Um, I'm like, how would Lisa get any of this stuff done, because she can't call y'all from jail. She can't just make up her own documents and send them. She, faxing. So I had faxed the subpoenas, along with the formal request for the subpoenas, as they said needed to be done. So the clerk has the documents in front of her, and she's just like, "Oh, well, I don't know what to do with them, because if I record them, which I technically have to do," she's like, "but then we could both get in trouble, because it says counsel on here." But then she says she knows that I'm not acting as an attorney, that she knows what we mean when we say it, that I'm an advocate to Chief Cypress. So it's just like all these games they're playing, because they're running. They don't know what to do, because nothing they're doing is lawful or even legal in their realm.
1 minute
So
remaining. I'll call back, okay?
Okay.
okay.
Go ahead.
So yeah, so it's like it's just nothing but games. So then the clerk, off so-called off the record, but on the record, on a court recorded phone line, telling me like, "Look, I'm gonna call you Stanley, and I'm Tracy, and off the record, you need to talk Lisa into not doing a jury trial. I'm gonna go ahead and do the 51 indictment um, subpoena or waiver of a jury right now." She said, "Because I have to fill that out for each indictment, because that's so-called each jury," which the clerk's claiming they have to call 100 jurors to the court, and then the Chief Cypress would have to pay for each juror, which is $50 per juror.
Jail with telephone service provided by PayTel.
Go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, so she's just trying to convince us, or basically convince Lisa, to not do a jury trial, because that will prove everything. Like, no jury is going to convict her of something that first isn't even a crime, according to
Right.
their own code. That's not even it's not even it's not a crime. It's civil. It's not a crime. So then, as I stated to Lisa today, as I do many times, sometimes she's saying things to me several times before I totally grasp it. So today, I've been hearing this for now a year, that they haven't done an arraignment. Well, they haven't done an arraignment. That means she hasn't formally been charged. So they're literally just holding her in the belly of the beast, off the record. It's like, it's insane. But then trying to force her, basically terrorize her to do a plea deal, because then if she does a plea deal, any lawsuits, including her federal RICO suit against the prosecutor and the clerk of the court, would be null and void. So it's just insane, because it's like, who do you talk? Who do you call? Who do you talk to about this? Like, there's procedures that they're supposed to follow, but it's like, when you contact any of the people that's supposed to be their checks and balances, such as the state police, we've reached out to. I've reached out to the attorney general. I've reached out to the governor. I reached out to the bar association. But and it's like just everybody's acting like they don't see anything, and it's really crazy. But like I told her, she already has a win because they're not prepared to go to trial. You can't take this before a jury. You can't take something before a jury that where basically the prosecutor is going to perjure himself because again, by prosecutorial conduct codes, he cannot lie. He cannot misrepresent charges against someone, a so-called defendant. He cannot block her from certain things, which they are doing. They're blocking her from everything. You call the jail and you ask for certain things such as her clothing. That's a problem. I mean, it's just like over and over. She can't file. She can't even get. She can't get nothing to be sent from the courthouse. Which again today I just realized after she said this many times that she's at the bottom of the courthouse in a cell. So just as the clerk sent something from some lady that was able to file something into her case today, some recusal for Jack Thornton, the prosecutor, which they wouldn't allow me to do. They're telling me I have to have the original document from Lisa. Well, who's this person? They're not a relative. They don't have
Right.
the original document. So just all over and over and out. It's like I said to Lisa earlier. I said, please ask Kerry if he could do a live tonight. I said because I got to talk to somebody. I said because this is driving me insane. It's just crazy. It really is how they're literally just holding her in a cell to torture her, to get her to perjure herself, to agree that something's a crime that's not even a crime. Anyone can do this. You don't even have to be indigenous to file claim to land. I mean, it's really crazy.
So, so what do you think? What do you think the masses who are really in? I'm not talking about everybody, but the people who really know. What could all of us do together?
We have to do what we've been doing now. So I don't know if you know earlier, uh, one of our distant relatives in Canada, had a Zoom with Chief Blue Feather and some Chief Shadow Feather, I think it's called. His name is, and a couple other chiefs. Also, Ronnie McLean, also known as Anu, was on there. Anu Thunder was on there. Um, but Curtis had to get off because he had a passing in his family, and I was in through him, so it dropped me off. So we're doing what we're supposed to do, and we just have to keep going. So this has gotten out to so many people, like
The
people that
big
I couldn't.
important thing is for people to get the word out. I mean, to let people know what's going on and the
Right.
truth about it, because there's a lot of misinformation. The fact that they put me out there as a fraud, that's a fucking, they're fraud. They're doing criminal stuff in the courthouse. Absolutely. Okay. It's absolutely corrupt. Completely. Okay. And yes, this needs to be known. This needs to be spread out. We need to understand that they don't want me to do this because they don't want you to ever be able to do it. They want me to make you scared so you'll never, ever, ever, never try to get your daggone land back the same way. But this is the correct and right way to do it. That's why they're mad. Okay?
Teach
They
this.
used fraud in my federal case. The federal judge actually used state law in a federal case as a federal judge in a federal case with a federal issue of the land tax. I didn't know that she actually had used VA law in a federal case, and that is fraud. I didn't know at the time. I knew that, hey, there's no statute of limitations on tax. Wait a minute. Why? I knew that. I knew how to state that, but I didn't know that the judge out and out committed fraud, and the U.S. Court of Appeals co-signed on it. The U.S. Court of Appeals of Virginia co-signed on the fraud of the Virginia judge and the U.S. District Court here. So let me tell you, the corruption is big, but that case is what they're mad about. Because when they dismissed my ejectment case, they thought they were home free. Nobody else was going to be able to make a claim for any land tax. And when I went ahead and proceeded to quit claim more of our territory by parcel, they lost their mind. What is wrong with her? Doesn't she know the judge dismissed her case? Yeah, the judge is a fraud. The judge is a criminal. The judge, and let me tell you something. What I also learned, because they've been litigating against me and attacking my house, and I had going 11 cases going at one point, fighting these people because they were attacking me both in Virginia and in Georgia. I learned that you can reopen any case that there's fraud in. There's no statute of limitations on that. You can go ahead and reopen that shit based upon fraud, and you can get that thing rectified. So that case ain't over even.
Talal.
That 2021 case is not over. That they're going to judge that they brought in as a ringer committed fraud. And let me tell you, they put that same judge. When I tried to remove my case, people say, well, "Why are you in that court in that jail?" I tried to remove it. This first thing I did, that first damn month, I tried to remove it to a daggone U.S. District Court, and they put that same judge that violated me and my ejectment as a judge in that court. They had her on my case in the case the month before that because the police surrounded me at the park. And they're going to threaten me at the park, and I filed an injunction against them. They put that same judge on that case in the U.S. District Court in Virginia. That same judge. That's why I had to do my RICO in D.C., because every time I try to file something, they have one of their plans people block it.
You see what they do while we act black and act all crazy and can't speak to each other. This is the kind of shit that can happen to us all. So you're seeing a part of history right now because everybody gonna start doing it. So spread the word. Let everybody know what you heard. This is the lady herself telling y'all what you're living under, what your children and grandchildren are gonna live under if we don't do something. I'm not talking one or two groups. I'm talking about the masses. Playing like you black and trying to play dumb all the time is not helping. Caring about the football game, Thanksgiving, all that is worthless. None of that shit matters. This is your lives, your children's lives, your grandchildren's lives. Aren't you going to be a link in some kind of chain? You see what this sister's doing. You see you don't see the black man, these Hebrew Israelites doing this shit. Stop playing. Stop acting like the people who got you in the bind you on. Because many of us want to be them. And you see how they are. They're corrupt. I call them demons because that's what they are. And this is what we're willing to let dictate our lives and our children's lives. Taloff, April Don wants you to put out your contact information. So if you're listening, she wants to know your contact information. Lisa, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What say you?
What'd you say?
I say, what say you?
Gina, I say thank you. God, thank you, Gina, for the blend. Thank you. And I'm trying to honor you by fighting for them back. Land, on the soil. This jail is on the soil. This is our patented land that this jail is on. The court is on our soil. When I get up in the morning, I thank a home. I thank a home for this land. I thank for the soil. I think that I'm here. I walk around in circles in this daggone block, and I chant and I say and I give thanks for this opportunity to fight for this. Give this. I give this is a sacrifice I'm glad to make. Okay, because they help they secured the bank for us. Who's not? Why aren't you trying to get the bank? They secured it for us. They secured it for us. You're too scared to get it. You're too scared to go get it. Go claim it. You think they better than you are? You think they got it? They got it together. They don't. They are on foreign soil. They are illegally occupying our territory, and they're disrespecting us. That's not right. They, according to their commerce, they're supposed to show allegiance to us. They should not be trying to destroy us. They should not be trying to beat me down. They should not be trying to terrorize me. If not for us, they would not have all the wealth they stole. They should be happy they got away with it all this time. They should be thankful. I'm thankful for this opportunity to stand up. I'm thankful for everything that I've been through so far that's fucked up. I'm thankful for it because whatever it takes to go through this, I'm good with it. You can't have change without getting some bumps and bruises. It's a battle. You're not going to get change without that. So, what you afraid of? That's it.
Lisa, well, thanks. I know you gotta, you're on a time, but thanks.
Everybody, and peace be with you. Like I said, put the word. There are people. This is the bad thing. The indigenous people on TikTok, they don't want to talk about me. They want to talk about whatever they want to talk about. Bullcrap, Oh, well, is this theoretical shit, right?
Right.
But the niggas, the ones that are the daggone black people that claim that they're black, they was cussing my ass out for daggone months on it. Just breaking through. Oh, she is that daggone criminal person. Just beat me up until they decided to look me up. So then the black people that was talking shit about me were like defending my ass. She's for real. She's our real. I spent money to research her. She is for real. Okay? She's doing real things. Yeah. It took a black person who doesn't even understand her identity to stand up. The indigenous people just want to be all, esoterically talking about shit and acting like they're experts of whatever random information they're looking up. Yeah, that you can't do this dead end dumb shit. Like, you stop it. Stop doing dead end. It is disgusting that someone who doesn't know their identity and is calling themselves Black and African American is willing to stand up and research and know what I'm doing and speak up and on my behalf. And the indigenous people in the community are sitting silent. If you're not going to stand up for this, what the hell are you even standing anywhere for? Like, really? Peace.
Love you, baby.
Thank
Love
you,
you.
Carrie.
All right.
Love you too.
All right. Bye-bye. There you have it. And see, we about to get into the holidays and Christmas and all that stuff. This is why shit don't work out for us. This is why nothing works. And we try to act like we have all this information. And what? You got all these brothers walking around with their weapons and guns and all that. What? Where you at? How do you think you'll ever win anything if you're using the people's laws, words, thoughts, ideas? The same people that dog you out daily. You want to be them. Know this: what goes around comes around. You've been on this planet long enough to witness that. It's going down. And those of you who immigrated to them, integrated into them, wanted to be them, wanted to have what they had, went to fight for wars, sent your sons and daughters to die for him. You niggas. You ever hear that speech from Martin Luther King say, "I've been to the mountaintop"? You know, many, if not all of us, can see into the future. We just don't see into it because we're Black. You're not yourself. You won't be. You hear Lisa say her ancestors are sending her information all the goddamn time. Yours not. Yeah. You just don't recognize it because you're Black. You're an African American. You're over there somewhere. But you won't be who you are. You won't be yourself. That's 90% of the Black people here in the world. I mean, in America. You see that brawl at those two HBCUs after a football game? I mean, fighting really at each other. Really? These are your 18, 19, and 20-year-olds. What do you think the 4, 5, 6, and 7-year-olds are going to inherit? Think about it. So I want you guys could hear Lisa's voice, her talking, her letting you know the real what's going on. All of this is fraud, y'all. And you never even come up with the idea. Somebody else comes up with the idea on how to do stuff and let you play with it. And you make them millions. Huh, don't you? You'll notice all the wars that America has been in since, I don't know, Cuba. We'll just go there. All the people that America was in war with, all of their citizens come over here and set up businesses in your enclave and make millions to take care of the people back at home, each other. Look it up. Look at the wars the United States have been in and the people that came over here for those wars. They came to replace you, but you Black and African American, right? Listen, seriously. Um, I put the link to the chat box. That's the first thing that's in the what? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me it's something your 6-month old grandson should know. This is what we're this is how we treat each other. people from other lands come over here to pimp you like a hoe, and you just turn your back and act like none of it matters. Remember, what goes around comes around. Talaf, any last words, brother?
Just thank everyone for joining, coming up, and comments. Also, thank all the chiefs that's been coming together. I mean, this is getting out to people, so that's the good thing. It's not happening for nothing.
Right.
So it's, everybody's starting to come together like we've needed to do. So that's one thing this has done, drawn different people together, even though we've had differences, different nations of us. Um, Somebody asked in the chat for my info. That's my email.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I put it in but I see there's a YouTube chat that I can't figure out how to get into. So I'll just say it. It's Pinkney Girls Father Knows Best at gmail.com. So it'd be PINKNEY Father Knows Best at gmail.com.
Well, cool, man. Well, listen, I'm glad Lisa has somebody like you on her side helping out with the cause.
Yeah.
So, brother, I know it's frustrating sometimes, but it's frustrating for all of us who love her. So, cool, brother. So we'll chat soon, okay?
All right. And thank you.
All right. Hey, so just to let the audience know, you remember how Lisa was talking about what's going on up in Canada? How the Canadian, because remember, it's just a border. It's not nothing. It's just wars between people coming over here trying to pillage. In the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna have a brother from over on that side explain it. It's gonna knock you out. You are gonna trip about how many of us are on that side and some of the shit that we did to make stuff shitty for both sides. So that's coming in a couple of weeks. So just be ready for that. So listen, I know it's Friday night. We're gonna go ahead and close it down now. Thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight. You heard what Lisa said. All of this shit is corrupt. The only way it works is because we're corrupt with it. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.